It is year 23 for number 23, and we are about to get right into this thing. So much to talk about. That happened on Monday night against the Jazz. It was a epic scene, LeBron's return, and we're going to talk about it not now, but right now. Let's get into it, y'all. So, LeBron Ramon James made his return on Monday night against the Jazz, and he has been out for 14 games due to a sciatica injury. Anybody that knows anything about your back, specifically concerning sciatica, it is a plaguing injury, and it really does hurt. So he's been out for 2 weeks, but he has made his return, and it was an epic one. It wasn't epic because of the bells and whistles. It wasn't epic because of the hoopla. No, it was epic because the king has returned. Whether you are a fan or not, whether you believe in LeBron Ramon James or not, whether you are a witness, regardless, whether you are not, it was a scene. And let me tell you, in Los Angeles, everything else is bigger. Before I talk about it, please, if you could, if you would, and you should, hit that like button. It is greatly appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to the nation, Mojo Nation, that is. So it's year 23 for LeBron James. Nobody in the history of the National Basketball Association has done that. And him, by starting in the game, made it a record that we have never seen. And I don't know if we will ever see it again. 23 years, 23 dedicated years to this league. And he is still looking like LeBron. And that right there is scary. Okay, that is scary. He is 40. All right. So by him starting the game and checking into the game, this became an all-time record. 23 seasons, 23 dedicated years of service to the association, and he makes yet again NBA history. I tell you right now, he really is aiming for all records. That's what it looks like. LeBron is a record breaker. He's a record maker and a record breaker. That's what LeBron does. Again, like I said, whether you like him or not, there's some things that you can say about him that may or may not be true, but one thing is for certain. He is doing things that is unprecedented. And the question coming into that night is very simple. What version of LeBron were we going to get? I mean, were we going to get somebody that was kind of rusty? Were we going to get somebody that was limited in minutes? Were we going to get somebody that just passed off the ball to Luka or passed off the ball to Austin to be the great facilitator that he's known to be? Or was he going to be the version to control pace, direct traffic, and raise everybody else's level? What LeBron was we going to see? Well, let me tell you something. He didn't need 20 plus points to make a statement. In the game, you could tell the Lakers started slow. In Utah, they hit some early shots going along the way, and then they took the momentum and really forced Lakers into a quick timeout early on. You could tell the Lakers were kind of rattled, adjusting, with LeBron being back in the lineup and trying to get the spacing, the pace. They was trying to get him back in that flow. But the thing is that once the game settled, things did shift. LeBron, he finished with 11 points, 12 assists, and 3 rebounds within a matter of 30 minutes. I mean, yes, it's not explosive. That's not the 30, 40-point games we are accustomed to see from King James. It's not. However, it is all about playmaking, and he got back in there. I'm sure we're going to see the 25-plus point games. He might even average 20-something. I mean, who's to say? Last year, he did make second team all NBA. So, I mean, anything's possible, LeBron. LeBron is still going to be LeBron. That's the point of this video, that LeBron's going to do what LeBron does, and that is be great. That's just him. On the flip side of things, Luka hooped. He had 37 points and 10 assists. He did his thing out there. And Austin Reeves, let me tell you something about AR. Go ahead and give him MIP, most improved player already. I mean, the man is hooping. He's all-star in my opinion. Man had 26 points, man, and brought all the energy to that victory. Going back into the game, statistically, the Lakers went on a 21-5 run and blew the game wide open. Even when LeBron wasn't scoring, he was orchestrating. He's facilitating. He's the great facilitator. Calling sets, he's reading matchups, hitting shooters, and he was shifting the pace exactly the way the Lakers needed it. And when he hit that first 3 ball, I tell you, the crowd went up. It erupted. Not only that, it also moved him up even higher on the all-time three-point list. Again, he is taking on all records. He is not just a record breaker, man. He's a record maker. And all this in year 23. Let me say that again. Year 23. It's incredible to see, to hear, to watch, and to see him out here looking so youthful. I mean, the man doesn't look his age. No, more importantly, the man has took great care of himself. People can say what they want about load management, but this man has really took care of himself, and that is why he has been a success in those 23 years. But let me tell you something. This return is massive. It's huge. It's bigger than just the win against the Jazz. No. LeBron's return changes everything for the Lakers. When he's on the floor, everyone's role becomes clearer. AR has already been hooping and Luka's been doing his thing. So for him to be in the fold really brings a tremendous and great dynamic to the Lakers currently. He brings the composure. You know, when Utah was making those runs, LeBron, he slowed the game down because of his experience. I mean, again, year 23, he knows what to do, and he controlled everything, the tempo, and he steadied the Lakers and got them right. I don't know if you noticed, but the Jazz defense had to really adjust because he was on the floor. Even at 40 years old, he bends the defenses. He is a problem. LeBron on the court is a problem. Not only that, though, this really gives the Lakers all the credibility they need. I mean, before his return, they were good. We knew they were good. AR was hooping, Luka was hooping. They were all gelling together. Rury's doing his thing too. Let's not forget about him. Jackson Hayes was doing, his tidbits or whatnot. But with him, they become a legit issue in the National Basketball Association. I have to say the whole thing. I can't say NBA. I have to say National Basketball Association because he is going to be a problem. They can make a legitimate run out the Western Conference. Let's just take a moment, a look of what we seen, what we witnessed, no pun intended. I mean, he's 40 years old in year 23, coming off a bad sciatica nerve issue and returning to NBA speed and returning to form like that. I mean, come on now. It's incredible. The man was posting double-digit stat lines. You cannot make this up. This is completely unheard of. Somebody his age to do it like this. There's only one player in sports history that I can think of that put up numbers like that that's comparable, and that's Tom Brady. And that's just the honest truth. And I'm over here, y'all talking about, oh, you're a LeBron fan. Oh, Mojo, no, you LeBron. No, I respect his game. I don't even think he's the GOAT. I think the greatest of all time is Michael Jeffrey Jordan, but that's another situation for another video. We can talk about that. We can debate that on another time. But with that being said, man, you got to give it up for King James. His draft class back in 03, you're gone. Everybody left. They retired. You know, I mean, most players drafted after him are gone as well. You know what I'm saying? Yet he is still here, still doing his thing, still productive, and definitely still relevant. Okay? I mean, it's LeBron James. He's still relevant, and he is breaking and making records. He's doing it at the age of 40, year 23, y'all. You know, after the game, he admitted something. And I don't know if you heard it or not, but he basically said that he just wasn't in, top form, top shape yet. Not in that NBA shape for real. Like he said his lungs were burning. I mean, his conditioning just wasn't really there, and he's still building back. And for him to be that transparent and just say that shows, you got to, put a feather in his proverbial cap. But on the same context with him putting up stat line like that in the condition of that is impressive. You got to hand it to him. You really do. I mean, he's making such a great impact. LeBron is doing, again, what LeBron does. Simple as that. Which makes everything so interesting in year 23. I mean, he's still fighting. He's still adjusting, still pushing, still out here making an impact in the league. He's going to do it. I can see him doing it for another year or so. I mean, he is next to all talks of retirement. All talks of retirement now are definitely over. Now the Lakers are 11-4, and adding LeBron, back only strengthens their foundation. It strengthens them to the core. This is what they needed. They needed their leader back. It's that simple. LeBron really is that game changer. His presence alone shifts everything. Again, as I said earlier, that it shifts defenses. It makes people adjust differently. It puts them in order. He slows the games down. He's the facilitator. He makes moves. It's not checkers for him. No, this is chess. LeBron, he can read defenses like the back of his hand, and that's what he does. Again, LeBron does what he does, and that's what he knows best. I mean, I've seen it in many post-game interviews where LeBron talks to the press and goes back and runs back plays verbatim and reads it to them verbatim without looking at a sheet or anything. He knows the play. He knows everything about this game. He loves basketball. LeBron right now is in a position to, again, break even more records, but it's not about the records. He is only seeking one thing, and that's a championship. And I like to see it for Luka. I like to see it for Rui. I like to see it for AR. The whole Lakers lineup. I like to see it for Jack. I would like to see it. I really would, me personally. Do I have them winning the championship this year? No. But that would be something. Which begs the question, if LeBron won, would he just walk away from the game that he loves? Would he just stop right there if he won a title this year? Question of the day is, if LeBron won a title this year, would he walk away from the game? Would he stop playing basketball? Let me know in the comment section what you think. One thing critical I will say about the game against the Jazz is this: giving up 126 points isn't sustainable. It doesn't work. It's not conducive. I mean, if you wanna compete in the playoffs, you have to play defense. So defense definitely has to step up. I feel like that they will. They have the bodies for it. But is it going to happen? Will it translate? With LeBron's return, translate into better defense? We shall see. We'll see tonight. At the end of the day, it's all about chemistry. This is the biggest factor. Chemistry, man. The more LeBron plays, the more connected the LeBron / Luka / AR dynamic becomes. You know what I'm saying? And if they start clicking, if those three, even Rui, involved with that, but once those three start clicking, I feel like they could literally be unstoppable. And I mean literally. I don't even like to use the word literally a lot, but literally can be unstoppable. And it really changes the whole entire dynamic of the Western Conference and possibly the league. Final thoughts. On Monday, it wasn't about going out there and dominating. It wasn't about domination. It wasn't about scoring 35, 40 plus. It wasn't about having a big game. I mean, goodness, he hasn't played in a couple weeks. This is his first game back, It was all about his presence. It was all about leadership. It was all about longevity. And it was all about the return of a player who refuses to let time dictate his relevance. You got to give it up to LBJ, man. LeBron, 40 years old, year 23, still out there hooping. There's 40-year-olds right now eating chips on the couch, okay, being slobs, you know what I'm saying? There's 40-year-olds right now that don't have, not even close to that type of shape, and he's out here hooping at 40. Shout out to the unks out there, by the way. I'm a unk. But with that being said, man, it is good to see LeBron doing his thing. It's good to have him back, too. We'll see what this year lies. It's going to be interesting. Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all be easy. Do not be greasy. Mojo out. Talk to y'all soon.